You think you're shopping for a $10 lamp? But IKEA isn't just a furniture store. It's a billion-dollar maze, built to keep you walking, spending, and forgetting why you came in. That floor plan, designed to trap, those bins of just one more gadgets, engineered to wear you down. They're not selling products, they're selling control, one tea light, fake plant, and fantasy life at a time. This isn't about canceling IKEA, it's about canceling the blindfold. Because once you see how the system works, you'll never walk through it the same way again. The maze isn't a flaw, it's a funnel. Welcome to IKEA, where the floor plan is less store layout and more escape room without an exit. If you've ever walked into an IKEA and thought, wait, why is there no way to turn around? Congratulations. You've just entered what former employees call the long natural path. As explained in a Mental Floss article, yes, that's the actual term. It's designed to take you from one end of the store to the other, whether you want to or not. The idea? Funnel every customer, regardless of what they came for, through as much of the store as possible. As noted by Alan Penn, director of the Virtual Reality Center at University College London, IKEA's layout is deliberately structured to keep shoppers inside for as long as possible, with routes that are hard to escape by design, as reported by The Guardian. And don't just take it from academics. As reported by Business Insider, a former IKEA employee revealed the store's design often left customers confused and wandering, and staff were instructed not to divert from their own sections to assist. The layout practically ensures you stay on IKEA's path, not yours. And just like that, your $12 flower pot mission becomes a 2-hour hike through perfectly staged domestic bliss. The twisty path? Not a bug, a feature. IKEA literally studies how your feet move, where your eyes rest, and even how much you hesitate. Every display is there to interrupt your logic and nudge you closer to checkout. One oh why not item at a time. Honestly, if IKEA studied us any harder, they'd owe us a therapist co-pay. Or at least send us home with a cat that looks just as confused as we are. The place is engineered like a casino. No windows, no clocks, no easy way out. Except instead of slot machines, you're losing money on scented candles and oddly charming fake plants. And by the time you realize you've made 3 left turns and seen the same bunk bed 4 times, it's already too late. You're in too deep. You're one tea light short of salvation. You're not shopping, you're being handled. Because in the IKEA maze, there's only one direction: forward. And the longer you walk, the more you spend. But the real mind games don't stop with the floor plan, because once you step into those dreamy showrooms, IKEA stops selling furniture and starts selling fantasy. Stick around, the next part will mess with your idea of just browsing. How IKEA traps your brain. You walk into a showroom and suddenly you're not in a warehouse. You're in your future. Each meticulously crafted room isn't just displaying furniture, it's telling a story. It's not about need, it's about aspiration. Because nothing says, I have my life together, like a faux fur rug, and a staged bedroom where even the imaginary dog doesn't shed. IKEA designs each room to inspire customers, creating spaces that evoke aspiration rather than just showcasing furniture. This taps into something called the Gruen effect, as described in an article on Medium's Choice Hacking, where shoppers enter a store and become so overwhelmed by the intentionally confusing layout that they forget their original intentions, leading to impulse purchases. Translation? You came for a chair. You left with a fake plant, 3 bath mats, and a renewed sense of confusion. Then comes the decompression zone, those first few feet of blank space as you walk in. As explained by retail specialist Brittany Brown on GetDoor.com, this area exists to help you mentally transition from outside mode to shopping mode. It feels open on purpose, because when your brain slows down, your spending speeds up. And retailers love this, because the slower you move, the more stuff you see, and the more you start whispering to yourself, it's only a $2.99 plastic bag dispenser, I might as well. Thought that fake bedroom just made you feel cozy? Wait till you see how IKEA uses prices to rewire your perception of value. Next up, the illusion that makes you feel like a genius while draining your wallet. The price illusion. You walk into IKEA and spot a sleek side table priced at $19.99. Instantly, your brain registers a bargain. But is it? This is the price illusion at play. A psychological tactic where the first price you see sets the tone for everything that follows. That $19 table? It's not just a deal. It's an anchor. As explained by the behavioral experts at Choice Hacking, IKEA intentionally uses low-priced items early in your journey to shift your perception of value, so everything else suddenly feels not that bad. And here's the kicker. That table is rarely alone. Choice Hacking also points out that IKEA's Open the Wallet section is literally designed with this tactic in mind, filled with inexpensive, practical items meant to lower your guard and make it easier to say yes, again and again and again. You start with a $9.99 wire basket and somehow end up buying curtains for a window you don't even have. By the time you get to checkout, you're not just buying furniture. You're buying into the illusion that you've been smart with your money, which is kind of hilarious because the receipt says otherwise. If you think you've seen IKEA's best tricks, you haven't hit the basement. The real chaos is downstairs, and it's designed to break your rational brain. Coming up, where logic dies and scented tea lights win. The marketplace trap. You made it through the cozy showrooms. You resisted the cute dining set. You even dodged the $19.99 table ambush. But now, you've entered the real trap. The marketplace. Welcome to IKEA's final gauntlet. A chaotic labyrinth of bins, baskets, and oh look, it's only $2.99 moments. As pointed out by an article from Brand New Mag, nearly 60% of IKEA purchases are impulsive, and this section is deliberately designed to make that happen. It's not a bug, it's a beautifully engineered meltdown. Rows of food containers, rainbow spatulas, tiny plants, cheap rails, stacked together like some kind of adorable garage sale from your subconscious. And the brilliance behind this chaos? It even has a name. An article on Medium's Socially I Digitize highlights IKEA's legendary strategy called Bolla Bolla. It's where they intentionally pile up a huge quantity of products to create a sense of abundance and urgency. You don't just buy at IKEA, you scavenge. Like a cat chasing laser dots it will never catch. Bolla Bolla makes you feel like if you don't grab that Rissotrop pink wire basket right now, someone else will. And by the time you reach the checkout, you have a whisk, a spatula, a polka dot cloth you don't remember picking up, and a deep suspicion you've been hypnotized somewhere between the kitchen timers and the bath mats. That's not bad luck. That's decision fatigue. And IKEA banks on it. As Brand New Mag explains, the longer you wander, the more your brain fried, and the easier it is to say, why not for that 25th item? Spoiler colon, you didn't come for the polka dot cloth. The polka dot cloth came for you. So next time you step into IKEA, remember, you're not just shopping, you're participating in a perfectly choreographed psychological experiment, starring you. From the floor plan that guides your feet like a retail GPS, to the marketplace that whispers just one more thing every 5 seconds, everything was designed not just to sell furniture, but to sell feelings. You didn't just buy a lamp, you bought the fantasy of a tidier life. You didn't just grab storage bins, you grabbed the illusion of finally getting your shot together. And that tea light candle, that was your emotional support souvenir for surviving the maze. But remember, this isn't about canceling IKEA, it's about canceling the blindfold. From the maze-like aisles to the hypnotic bins of cheap stuff you never needed, IKEA is built to keep you walking, spending, and wondering what just happened. You're not just a shopper anymore. You're the player, not the played. Stick around, because at Empire Uncut, we don't just shop. We unbox the game, then send the receipt to therapy. Hit subscribe, watch the next exposé way. Trust me, it's cheaper than your last quick trip to IKEA.